Welcome to the show, everybody. I was strolling through social media and I am perplexed, honestly. I continuously see women go onto these platforms and have these conversations about the same thing that B. Simone is having a conversation about right now. And it makes sense why there are men out here that don't want to get married. It makes sense why they're scared to get married, not only because of women filing divorce and taking half of their income and everything, but it's these type of statements and conversations that causes concern. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it, and I'd like to hear y'all thoughts in the comments to see like what is exactly going on in this world and in this situation. Like, what is the thought process?
Yeah, it was a different experience. Shortly after, got married and then quickly got divorced. Yeah, I was married. I was a married woman. Yeah, not long, probably 2 years. Yeah, yeah. So for me, it was a situation that, he's such a great guy, amazing guy, like, but we just didn't want the same things in life. He was okay with just
So let's talk about that for a second. So you were married for 2 years. And during this time, you realized that y'all didn't want the same thing. Y'all wasn't even on the same page. That is really interesting to me because, and this is one of the reasons why when, I'm talking to people or, I'm talking on the show, I tell people, it's important to go to, marriage counseling prior to getting married. You have this so you can have an understanding that y'all are on the same page. You have to have these conversations or you're going to end up in these short-term marriages for what? It's nothing but a waste of time. Imagine who you could have married or met if you hadn't wasted time in a 2-year marriage, 4 or 5 year marriage, because you realize that you and this person don't even have the same ambition or goals and not even on the same page. Why would you even get married? What kind of pressures you to get married into a situation where you feel like or know that you're not even on the same page with the person? Like, this is the idea that some women are married to are set up with the idea of marriage, but not the long-term goal of building and everything that goes along with marriage, the tough times.
love and going to church and having a family, going to work and raising kids. And I was like, I want more. I want more, and I shouldn't feel bad for wanting more.
Before we get into that next part, what more could you want out of a relationship? You just said that he's a good guy, he's routine, he's doing everything that he's supposed to do as a man, supposedly, because you gave him these accolades, but it wasn't enough. What more could you want? I don't understand. What more fulfillment do you need out of this marriage?
I felt a lot of pressure. When a man proposes to a woman, that's a lot. And in front of people, look, like, he's like, I gotta say yes. But I mean, I called it off like a day or two before the wedding. And then we're on the phone with the pastor now. And it's like this whole thing. I knew. I knew. Yeah.
Wait, so you knew that you didn't want to marry this man? It's a lot of pressure when you're in front of people and they propose, but even when you went behind closed doors, you still didn't think to have a conversation and say, I'm not ready for this. I'm not prepared for this. Can we just hold off a little longer? Can we have a long standing engagement? Can we seek counseling to make sure that this is exactly what we want, what we both want? but then you let all that go on. You got to understand what is involved in a marriage. And for the people that have been married and people that have been groomsmen and been part of the bridal party and everything, it's a lot that goes into planning a wedding. So to plan the whole wedding and not have a conversation and then cancel 2 to 3 days before the wedding is diabolical. Do you understand the money that has been put into this wedding? Deposits that may not be able to get back because this person was unsure that they went through the whole planning process. Now that they to the point that they're on a phone with the pastor having the dialogue about whether or not they're not even whether or not that they're not going to walk down the aisle. Like this is not even at this point. It's just we're not even going to do it. So, but even at that point, it doesn't make any sense because you tried to cancel it 2 days. So I'm guessing she tried to cancel it 2 days before the wedding because she said she was married for 2 years. So she tried to cancel it 2 days before the wedding. Let's finish the conversation.
Yeah. Like this is something you had to go through with.
Yeah, and as girlfriends, I feel like after that situation, I'm going to tell you what you don't want to hear because someone should have told me. Oh. And I'm not going to put that responsibility on them. But if someone would have been like, hey, girl, you're not even happy right now.
Wow. Did any of your friends ever do that?
No.
But did they know? You feel like they knew?
I feel like they knew. But it's a hard line, though, where it's like, if she's happy or if she seems happy, like, I can't tell her not.
Try not to overstep a boundary.
Okay. So it's hard, but I'm now that friend that's like, honey.
No, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Was your husband at the time, did he know? Did he feel like, or was he like truly like, this is fine for me?
Yeah.
He was happy.
Yeah, that's interesting because I know my friends will come to me and ask me, are you happy? Is this something that you really want to do? Did you really think this through before you decided that you were going to propose? Even though she's saying she's not putting that responsibility on her friend, she still feels as though that her friend should have came to her and said that she was unhappy. But my question is did you tell them that you were unhappy? Did you have the conversation to say that you weren't happy with the situation that you were in? Going and having a wedding, feeling pressured to get married because you were at the due date of being married. You was at the wedding date. So now you're at the wedding date and you're like, oh, well, I feel pressure to have to be married. That's my question. Did you have a conversation with your friends and say, I'm not feeling confident about this. I'm not feeling sure. And then she said, well, I assumed that they knew that I was unhappy. So, but I can't answer my question. You didn't even think, or you didn't have a conversation with them. You assumed that they were going to come to your defense and say, no, girl, you look like you're unhappy. I can just feel it in my bones that you're so unhappy and you shouldn't get married. Like, why do we put these expectations and assumptions on other people to just understand and know that we're unhappy and we don't have a conversation to say that we're unhappy?
Yeah. Man. And that makes it harder.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you have someone that loves you. But at the end of the day, love is not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough because love is a choice. Are you going to wake up and do the work?
Every day.
Yeah. And like build. And I say that a lot of like, I had a husband, but I didn't have a partner.
Okay. Explain that to me.
For me, a partner is someone that's going to have a vision for what your life is and work toward that vision. And for us, our vision was just have kids, have a family.
The white picket fence, like stereotypical, like get married, have kids, build a home, make money, have a family.
Yeah. Rinse and repeat.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm kind of over it of what she's saying because she's saying that she had a husband, but she didn't have a partner. And what she understands the partner is that you have a vision for your life and you seek to achieve that vision. Okay. So, but was that a conversation in the beginning? What was the understanding that y'all had for you to feel as though that he didn't have a vision for y'all future? Was it even a conversation? So if the vision was to have kids, have a house, do the church thing, raise the kids, what's the next vision after that? Build an empire, become even more wealthy, more financially stable. What more is there? I mean, I feel like that's an honest question. What more is there to understand why you need more out of this? What is there? Hey man, drop it in the comments. I love to hear what your thoughts are. I was a little perplexed when I seen this, and I am still curious, and I feel like there are some questions that are unanswered. I will catch y'all in the next go around. Peace.